Good morning, happy Sunday. This is Jovhannah, creator of Healing Single Mothers, and today I'm going to be pulling some cards for us for the new month that we are in, so happy August, and just doing some random chatter on different things that I'm working on, and whatever else may come up in this conversation. This right here is a reminder that I cannot eat certain things, fast food mainly. I been eating a little bit more of it and this cropped up, so it's all good. It looks worse than it is. My skin has been doing really well over the past couple of months because I've started using a different skincare line. I started using Fenty, and this is really like the first major situation that I've had, but I've noticed this past week my skin has changed, so I will just not indulge myself in certain foods anymore to make sure that I'm maintaining my glow. Also, I have not been sleeping as much this past week. Not sure what is going on with that. The last few days it's been kind of hard for me to get to sleep, so I'm wondering if that has anything to do with it. But this is why like being in tune with yourself and your energies is so important, because then I start to notice things like, is it the food that I've been eating that's like thrown my body off in some sort of way? So I've got my water here and we'll be drinking lots and lots of water just to really restore and hydrate my system. So yeah, there's that. We are in a new month. I just sat down and journaled and made a list of my goals for this month, what I want to see this month, like what's important to me this month. So if you have not, I definitely encourage you to do that as well, so that you have something to focus on, something to drive you forward. One of the things on my list is making sure that I spend more quality time with Savvy. Often like I can just get in a mode where I'm like, I gotta work because I'm a single mom, and it's like, if I take a break, are we gonna be okay? Like, is money gonna continue to come in if I'm not working? And I want to get out of that. I notice I'm back in that mode, and I don't know if that's because she's back in school or whatever the case may be, but I definitely want to switch that up and make sure that we are spending time together and being able to do things. So that is that. So I'm going to use my, what cards am I going to use? I'm going to use my manifesting cards. These are the ones that are featured inside of the spiritual journal for single moms that I created. And then I'm going to pull a card from this deck, the Awakened Soul, to kind of give us like an overall message, and then we'll dive into it a little bit deeper with the other cards. I do have a couple other decks out around me too, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's been a while since, or I feel like it's been a while since I've done a reading like this, so it is good to be getting back into the flow of things. So I'm just gonna take a few moments to kind of center myself while I'm shuffling and just kind of connecting to the energy of the collective of single moms. And if you are looking for guidance on a particular issue or situation, you can kind of just close your eyes for a minute, think about like, you know, where it is you want to head this month, where you might need some guidance or support, and just kind of tune into yourself as well. And I can't wait to share also what other awesome things I have been working on and want to clarify some things. I feel like I have so many different projects that it might be confusing. So let's see what comes up for the month of August for single moms. What is the overall theme for August? We're still going? Yeah, we're still going. Oh, there it is. Oh my goodness, I love this. So this is devotion. And as you can see, there's a pair of ballerinas and they are dancing. And I don't know, I was a ballerina. I've taken ballet lessons back in the day, and I can tell you that to be a good dancer, right? To be a master at whatever it is you're doing, you have to absolutely devote yourself to it. You have to be passionate about the things that you are doing in order to like really cultivate that passion. Like if we think about Simone Biles, who I absolutely love and adore and support, she was absolutely devoted to her career as a gymnast, right? And it was only when she was seeing that she was not being supported in the way that she needed to compete, she decided, like, I'm going to step away from this. And it's not that she's not devoted to it. It's not that she does not care or that she's not great, like the top at what she does. It's her devotion as much as being a gymnast is much a part of her. She's still devoted to herself. And without that devotion to self, you don't want to be aimlessly fueling something outside of yourself. Hopefully that makes sense. So she's still devoted to the gymnast within her, right? To keeping herself safe and protected and all of those things. So devotion can look different for each of us. And one of the things or prayers that I've created for myself is that I am devoted to the goddess within. So seeing this card come up for this month is like, what are you devoted to? Is it a hobby? Is it your career? Is it taking care of yourself? What is it that you need to be devoted to in this month? Something that you're passionate about, something that really fuels your spirit and guides your soul. So let's dive into this a little bit more. And knowing that too, like what we really focus our energy on in a very concentrated way, like the saying goes, energy flows where attention goes, or where attention goes, energy flows. Like what you focus on is what you're going to continue to feed, what you're going to see come up in your life. So just be mindful of where you're putting your energies, what you are focusing on. And yes, children, you did a great job. Well, just find something else, or you don't have to find anything right now. Okay? Okay, bye-bye. Sorry about that. The girls needed something. Savvy and her little cousin. So devotion. What do you need to be devoted to? Where do you need to focus your energies at in the month of August? We are in a new month. And if you look back on last month and the previous half of the year, where were your energies? What were you devoted to? I know for me, a lot of my energy was devoted into work, also into healing myself, also into resting, because this start of the year was very rough for me. And now I know what I am devoted to for this month and going forward for the rest of the year is like really making my dreams come true. So let's dive into devotion with a couple of cards. I think I may pull some tarot cards too. I don't know. Devotion. Some guidance on devotion. And I love that this shows up too as a ballet, as a dance. As I'm looking at this pair of dancers, you have to be in sync with your partner. You have to be in rhythm and flow in order to make the dance look as graceful as it is. And that came from a ton of practice. They didn't just jump on stage and all of a sudden were amazing ballerinas. Peace. Hey, Chantel. Thanks for popping on. They had to practice and practice and practice. And so we didn't see the mistakes they made behind the scenes, the bandages that they may have like around their ankles and their toes from practicing over and over again to get it right. But when you are devoted to your craft, to your work, to your family, whatever it is, you're constantly learning and improving and doing work behind the scenes so that everything flows. And it is a dance. Like sometimes there's give and take, and sometimes, you know, there's pause that's needed. Sometimes there's rest. So don't think that devotion means you have to work yourself to death or overly overdo things. Striving for perfection is not necessarily what the goal is. The goal is to do what you love and to create space for those things in your life. What you're devoted to is it's going to open you up to receive. This is Freya, the goddess of receiving, and it's going to bring you into alignment with that, helping you to know that, like, okay, if I want this thing, if I'm devoted to getting a house, right? That's one of my dreams, is to own a house. I'm working on it. I need to take steps that are in alignment with that. I need to be open to receive it, which means, what am I doing to create space for that to occur? Am I talking to realtors? Am I looking in different neighborhoods and areas and understanding the process? What am I doing to prepare my credit to, to be able to buy a home? And how am I positioning myself for that, right? So that's what being open to receive is all about. You can want something, like you can want to be a ballerina and never take a ballet class, you never dance, you never get the shoes or whatever else you need. And all that is a desire, because you're not taking steps to really open up to become that thing, to receive what it is that you say that you want. And once you do that, once you open up, you get into a space of alignment within yourself, within spirit, God, the creator, divine source, however you choose to phrase that, to know that, yes, I deserve this thing. Like, this is part of my path. And you're able to really align with that energy. So you take your desire, you take the action, they come together, and then something beautiful manifests for you. And here we have soul partnership. So this could be a relationship, because we do have the dancers here, right? The partners here and the partners there. But also, when I think of soul partnership, a lot of times when people see this, we think soulmate, we think our twin flame, we think there's someone outside of ourselves. And sometimes this is you becoming one with yourself. We all have divine masculine and divine feminine energies within us, whether we identify as male, female, or something in between. We all have these energies. And when you are open to receiving and you come into a place of alignment, you're able to come into harmony with yourself. I cannot tell you how many of us are disconnected from ourselves, how many of us are not in alignment with self, and then wonder why things outside of us are not manifesting, why our relationships are not working out, why we're struggling when it comes to joy, happiness, and it feels like we're stuck in life because we're not connected within. And this is a process that I had to go through myself to really relearn and reconnect with all of myself, because we experience different things in life that can break us, or take little pieces out here and there, and we forget how amazing we are. So there are parts of ourselves that we hide. We call that like our shadow self, things that we don't want to face or accept or understand about ourselves. When you are in full and complete alignment with yourself, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between, that allows you to show up fully. It allows you to be authentic to who you are in any and all situations. And most importantly, it allows you to bring in the things in your life that you want, whether it's a career, whether it's a partnership. Because what happens is we may have things where we feel shamed, or we feel small, we feel bad for whatever reason about it. And so that keeps us from showing up. Or we may show up, but it's just a little bit, or we may show up, but we feel like we have to like put on this face or this front. And it's funny because like when I go back and look at some of the earlier videos that I did, I clearly could see like I was hiding. Like, yes, I was showing up, but I wasn't talking to you like this. I still had on, hi, this is my customer service voice. This is how I have to talk in corporate America so that I am acceptable. So I had to learn like to shed that and to allow myself to shine through so that I could make real connections. And it's like the more that I began to like understand. What are y'all doing? You're getting dressed? You need help? Okay. No? What's going on?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on, y'all. The children need me. Okay, what is going? Why did you do this? Okay, no, we'll do it this way. Okay. Okay, let's Savvy help you. Can you get it out? Put your arm down. Go down. Wait, there you go. Hold on. How did you get your shirt like this, child? Okay, take your... There you go. All right. Good job. Sorry, she was all tangled up in her t-shirt. Okay, what was I saying? yeah, like really coming into a place of acceptance with yourself, because what does that open you up for? Abundance. And under that again is soul partner. So I have two of these decks and I combine them together. That's another story. But whatever you want to manifest, especially if it is a relationship, you have to be right with you. And one of the things that I notice with a lot of women, especially single mothers or someone who maybe had a traumatic experience growing up, oftentimes we're not able to comfortably sit in our feminine energy. We always feel like we have to have a guard up, we have to be super protective. So a lot of times we are more in our masculine energy, and that does not mean that you are mannish or that you're acting like a man or anything like that. But what that means is that you don't necessarily feel safe, that you're not necessarily trusting or open to receive. And so you have to feel guarded, like you're on go all the time. You're very like action oriented, because you may not trust people to get things done. You're like, if it needs to get done, I'm gonna do it. And I used to notice that about myself. I remember like I'd be leaving the grocery store, I have the diaper bag, the baby seat, and you know, someone would be like, oh, do you need help? And I'm like, no, I got it. Like, I got it. Nope, I'm good. I got it. Because I was not used to help. I was not used to being like, yes, I need help. For me to say that, like, I wouldn't have said that a couple of years ago. That's something that I probably have learned within the past 3 or 4 years, that it is okay to ask for help. But I didn't know that because I didn't have spaces where I could do that safely and receive help. So I got in my mind that like, people are not here to help me. People are here to hurt me. So I don't need help from people. And that was so destructive. We do need help. It is okay to ask for help. Just make sure that you are putting yourself in spaces where it is safe for you to ask for and receive the help that you need. And then you start to realize, like, I can relax a little bit. Like, I can rest a little bit. I don't have to have the weight of the world on my shoulders all the time, because when we have support and we have community and connection and family and friends, you don't have to do it all alone. You have other people that you can rely on, so you get to rest. You get to feel safe. You get to have these people that you trust, which helps you get out of that imbalance where now you're like, okay, I'm open to receiving. I don't have to do it all myself. I can, that's great. Like, I'm strong, I can do it all myself. But that's not how we were designed. Like, we were not put here to struggle and to fight and to just go through all of that stuff. Like, that's not why we were put here. Unfortunately, that's a lot of the narrative that we have received in a variety of ways, but that's not why we were put here. We were not put here to struggle. We were not put here to be hurt, to be harmed. And that's why I say, like, living abundantly ever after. Because all the stuff I went through, the pain, the struggle, depression, anxiety, toxic relationships, abusive relationships, that's not going to be the way this story ends. I am here to live abundantly ever after. So that serves as a mantra for me as well, because it reminds me of what I'm here to do and why I want to help others do that very same thing, because the struggle is not real. And unfortunately, it's, what's the word? It's fed to us in a variety of ways, from the things that we see on social media, the things that we see in TV, in the news, and even in real life. Like, we see these things, and so we think like, this is normal, this is real. And as a single mom, one of the things that I really strive to do is make sure that I don't teach that to my child. I don't want Savvy to think that we have to struggle, that being, harmed is okay, that arguments and things like that are normal. Like, no, I don't want her to get that mentality where she thinks, oh, like, this is normal, this is okay, this is the type of behavior I should expect from people. No, 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 no. And that's one of the reasons why I created Healing Single Mothers, is because I feel like we have such an amazing position in life where what we do, how we raise and treat our children, allows us to erase cycles of trauma, cycles of pain, cycles of abuse, and different stigmas and stereotypes by how we parent our children. And that starts with how we care for ourselves. So again, it goes back to, what are you devoting yourself to? What are you going to practice? What are you going to master? What are you going to share and show with the world? Because they were not behind the curtain practicing these dance moves and twirling and leaping just to keep that magic to themselves. They wanted to share their work. They wanted to share their art, their passion with other people, because it might bring other people joy. And that's a reminder to me, like, I have a message, I have a story to tell, I have work to do. So it's not going to serve nobody, me just, sitting inside thinking about things, when I can come on Instagram and share a message, or when I can go outside and connect with people in the real world and hold a workshop or whatever. Like, there is something within you that someone else needs. You can bring healing, you can bring joy, you can bring peace, you can bring hope, inspiration, whether it's just to, a child within your home, or whether it's to a, broader community at large. There is something that you should be spending your time on this month, and only you know what that is. And it looks like, from what I'm seeing, like you are in a place where you're ready to do this, right? We're in Leo season. This is the time where the energies are supporting you in being front and center. So it's just a matter of you opening up and saying, I receive this energy, I receive this message, I receive this guidance. Whatever you pray, you meditate, what is it that I need to do? You probably already know. Let's be real, normally we know. And we just may have like some fear or uncertainty or doubts around that thing, but you already know. And when you open up and allow yourself to do it, the fear is not going to go away. I've been doing like live videos and YouTube videos, and I'm more comfortable with it now, but there's still a little bit of fear. And it's only a little bit, because when it was this big, I would just hit live and you could tell, I'd be like, oh my gosh, like, but that fear goes away with practice, right? They might have been scared when they first started dancing, but they've been doing it for so long, like they've got it now. And I can guarantee you, before that curtain opens, there's probably butterflies and nerves as well. But they go on and they do their thing. And once you start doing it, you just get into the motion. And that's what happened. Like, I hit live and I grabbed my cards, and like I'm in it now. Like I'm in it, and it feels good, and I'm happy and excited to be here. So what can you open yourself up to in order to do the thing that you need to do? How can you align with that so that it's part of your life and not just a thing that you do? And that's part of what I'm seeing here, right? So there are some people who take dance classes because their mama made them, and there are some people who just cannot wait to get to dance class because that is life. It's not something they do on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. It is part of their life. When they go home, they got ballet pictures everywhere. When they go home, they're practicing in their room in the mirror. Ballet is life. What is life to you? That's what you need to figure out, because once you combine that thing that you need and align it with your life, so it's not just, oh my God, I gotta wake up and I gotta do this thing in the morning. Like washing dishes. I don't like to wash dishes. That's a thing that I do because if I don't, it's not gonna get done. There are some people who love washing dishes. They love collecting the plates off of the table and they put the dishes in the sink. It's part of their process. It's part of their life. For me, I'm like, I don't want to do this. Let's put these in the dishwasher, right? So what is it that you need to align, to make space for it in your life so that you can do that thing and really come into alignment with yourself and with what you want to create with your life, with what's going on around you as well. So there are so many messages in these cards. Okay, so I was talking about partnerships. That's kind of where I got left off. So for love, for some of you, you are wanting to manifest a devoted relationship. Aren't we all? Because who wants to be single forever? Anywho, you have to be open to receive. If you want to manifest a partner, like when someone's like, hey, how you doing? You can't give them the stink eye. When someone gives you their phone number, you use it, call them, right? Communicate with them, start to get to know them, and put yourself in a space where you're open to receive it. If you're always like turning people away, or like saying you want love, but then you're like, nope, I don't trust people, or yeah, no, I don't want to date, I don't want to get on this dating app. If everything is no, 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 what do you think you're going to receive? So that's something else that came up. And you have to know also that you are worthy and deserving of love. If you are a single parent, then you know, probably on some level have felt or maybe still feel hurt in some ways, or broken, or are nursing a broken heart. And that's okay, because we are all have experienced hurt and pains and are all healing from something at all times. Know that you deserve a healthy, sacred, spiritual, loving partnership, and do not settle for anything less than that. You are already worthy. You are already enough. Now you just need to move out in the world and act like it. Use your inner discernment, right? Getting back into dating and trying to navigate trust again can be challenging. But it's important to still be open, right? Don't go into it not trusting, but also don't go into it with just naivety, right? Use discernment, and allow trust to exist unless there's a true reason for it not to exist. So I hope that makes sense. Come into alignment with yourself. Do your self-love work, do your shadow work, do your healing, do your journaling, do all of the processes that help you get back into a state of deep love and acceptance and compassion and forgiveness for self, and that will help you to align with a partner as well. So, okay. I said I had a couple of announcements. This reading was good, but I wanted to share some things that I am working on with you all. So first is the Healing Single Mothers community. It is a monthly membership, or you can join as an annual member. Each month we have healing circles. I do readings like this for the community, as well as do master classes and workshops. As a bonus, as a member of the community, you also get to partake in the monthly money Reiki sessions that I do. So that link is in my bio as well. I have 3 spaces available for my Renew and Restore Spiritual Healing Experience. I am very excited about this program package because it is truly amazing. So what you get in that is a spiritual love assessment, which is a 90-minute coaching call where we really connect and we figure out what we're going to focus on for that session. It's a very deep dive, so that session helps me to set up the flow and focus for your healing sessions. The healing sessions that you receive are the angelic heart healing session, a chakra balancing session, a money Reiki deep dive session, which is a private money Reiki, which is really awesome. It's beautiful. I do this chakra and aura money Reiki clearing. It's very, very powerful, and I enjoy doing it. We also do a womb healing session, and I think this is like one of the powerful pieces of this program, especially for women, because the womb is the seat of your emotion, and a lot of times we can store pain there, which is why sometimes we have a little extra padding or cushioning around this area. Energetically, fat acts as a protective mechanism or element for the body. So we'll focus on helping to release any pent-up energy there. If you've experienced child loss or trauma in that area in any way, this will be a very beneficial session for you. You also get access to 3 additional coaching calls so that you can receive support and guidance as you need it. And we'll do 2 tarot readings, so you get some spiritual guidance in there, as well as you get 3 additional bonus Reiki healing sessions. It is a 6-week program where we get to work together one-on-one. You can click the link in my bio to sign up. There's a pay in full option as well as a payment plan available. And I cannot wait. So this is all about helping you to radiate confidence, to show up for yourself, and help you get open to receiving so that you can release the past and start living your abundantly ever after. So I am very excited, and I look forward to supporting you, whether it's through the community, through the Renew and Restore Spiritual Healing Program, or just being here, connecting with you on Instagram. Again, the link is in my bio, and that is it. I'm sending you an abundance of love. Happy August. Let's devote ourselves to the thing that is truly going to help you heal, grow, thrive, and live abundantly ever after. Peace.